helped, and tell us what's made a difference for you and your family with what you're doing with Herbalife Nutrition.
Yeah, certainly. So, look, I actually fell into the business. I had my daughter and put on a little bit of weight breastfeeding, and I decided it was time to lose that again. So I started my nutrition program. I lost 11.5 kilos and gained an amazing amount of energy. So I'm an emergency veterinarian. So I work really long hours overnight, and between, working 18, 90-hour weeks, my daughter, my family, I didn't really think that I had the time, but Herbalife's great because it just fits into the cracks of the day. And I just started, I got a membership because I decided I felt so amazing that I just needed to be on these products for good. And I can't imagine how I did get through my night shifts without them once you're feeling amazing and you've got that energy. So I started on a membership. I started helping out a few friends and family. I increased my discounts. And before you know it, I just was accidentally doing the business. I got my discounts up quite high. And I've started putting a little bit more effort into it now and actually doing it as a business. My aim is definitely for this to take over my full-time job. Doing quite well at the moment. This month, last month last couple of months I've been earning about $5,000 a month. That's around my full-time job, my daughter, and yeah, just fitting it into the cracks of the day.
Wow, that's amazing. I like that. Fitting it into the cracks of the day. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I'd like to turn the call over now to I'm sorry, I don't know if it's Tanya, as we would say here in New Zealand, or Tanya Wilson. So Tanya, are you there, our Get Team 2500 member?
Hi guys, thanks Dean. So it's Tanya
Thank
Wilson
you.
from the Barossa Valley in South Australia. Thank you for having me share on the call tonight. So I got started on the products purely just to lose some baby weight after I'd had baby number 4. So that was about not quite 4.5 years ago now, and he was 10 months old at the time, and I decided that I couldn't really use the excuse that I just had a baby anymore, so I just wanted to lose some baby weight. I actually got in contact with a friend that I knew from school who got started on the products at a similar time, so I got started on the products with her. She was actually losing some baby weight as well, so we became accountability buddies. I was excited to lose maybe 10 kilos. I went on to lose 16 kilos, which was really, really exciting. Was able to fit back into pre-pregnancy clothes. I didn't intend on getting into the business opportunity, though I hadn't worked for almost 10 years. I was a stay-at-home mum. I had my babies quite close. So, yeah, I sort of said to my friend, don't make me sell these products. I'm not quite interested. It's really not for me. I haven't got time. I've got kids. Funny story, I sort of fell into the business a little bit the same as Natalie. I had a few people notice my results. I got a few mums from school started on the products. The girl that was looking after me was looking after my friends from school. I accidentally fell into the business whereby I was helping look after my friends and family that were taking the products because I knew how to take them to get the best results. And before you know it, look, fast forward, it's some late nights and some sacrifices, but Herbalife now pay me around about $12,000 a month to do my own hours around my 4 kids. I get to work with who I want and how I want, and I pretty well do it through the cracks of my day. And yeah, thank you, Herbalife.
Wow, that's incredible. So I'm curious, and I'm sure everybody else is too. So that team that you've built, and that to have an income that's paid to you of over $12,000 a month is truly remarkable. So those people that you've found that have become part of what you're doing, are they people that you knew, or they come from flyers or advertising on Facebook, or how has that happened?
A little bit of everything. So, it sort of organically grew through my customer base. So basically, a lot of my team members, funnily enough, are also stay-at-home mums, generating an income, some of them between $500 and $1,500 a month, some of them more. Some mums jump on board to make a couple of extra $100, $200 to pay for their products. a month. But yeah, basically some of them come from my friends and family who wanted to do what I was doing, you know, look after a few family and friends. Some people wanted to go a little bit larger, so, you know, basically getting into sending out some flyers, doing some market stalls, getting into the shopping centre and, you know, talking to different people, offering wellness evaluations. So a little bit of everything really. So yeah, I've basically got team members who do Herbalife how they want to do it. Some of them love shake parties, so, you know, getting out and doing getting some friends together and you know, making a couple of shakes and putting some tunes on and stuff like that. So yeah, just a little bit of everything really.
That's fantastic. Tanya, if you had one tip, I know you'll have lots of tips, but if you had one tip to share for somebody that was just getting started, what would that be?
With the business opportunity.
Yeah, if I was just getting started with the business now, sure. Yes, please.
Yep. Basically just relationship building. So relationship building, you know, finding out what people really want, whether it is results within just for themselves. Definitely asking the question as to whether they'd like to earn a supplemental income around their family. Basically just generating that relationship so that people trust you and like you, and they can definitely relate to, you know, something that you're already doing.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Natalie, if you're still there, I meant to ask you that question too, and I'm sorry, I was just feeling a little flustered at the start of the call. Some nerves there. Natalie, would you mind sharing with us, if you had one tip for somebody just getting going on the products in the business, what would you share as your tip, please?
Getting going on the products, I think just definitely go all in. Give it everything you got for a month, and you'll definitely see the results and you won't be sorry. And in the business, I think I've done so well in such a short period of time because I was just coachable. So I took on the recommendations that my coach that had been there and done it before me recommended. I didn't try and recreate the wheel until I felt that I'd learnt a little bit. And then obviously I put my personal touch on it. And I think to be yourself, but to certainly be teachable and just have fun. Basically, I just have a lot of fun, and I love the messages I get on a daily to weekly basis now from friends and family, and I have so many new friends now that have just really changed their life, got off their medications, lost weight, exercising, changed the whole family. I have one lady who her whole family have got involved, kids and all. Kids have lost a fair bit of weight, and she's actually now known as the mum to go to if your kid is overweight. And unfortunately, sadly, as we probably know, there's a lot of kids, young kids that are overweight. So I just feel so proud that I've been a part of helping people change that for their kids and lead healthier lives.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's incredible. All right, Mandy Halligan, let's pass over to you, and love to hear what you've got to share about the products and the business and your one tip.
Awesome. Thank you, Dean. Thanks for having me on the call. So Mandy here from good old New Zealand. So for myself, I actually came across the products. I was working full-time in the banking industry, and I was always like really, really tired, even though I slept like 8-9 hours a night. I was constantly tired, and I wanted to lose about 15 kilos. So I came across the products in a little ad in the paper, and I ended up getting in touch with the lady, and yeah, long story short, she went over the different options, and me being an impatient person, I wanted to get on the fastest possible program. So I got on the fastest program. Wasn't the best client to start with. I was following my products, but I was still eating and drinking some things I shouldn't have been, but I still stuck with the program. And long story short, I went on to lose 28 kilos in 6 months and 150 centimeters. So completely reshaped my body, even without, we're still cheating a little bit and without doing very little exercise, but just, using the products, how they were meant to be used. And yeah, I just felt amazing though. The biggest thing for me was the energy. So within the first few days, I just started feeling really, really good. The ladies at the bank started noticing my energy and like, what are you doing? They obviously started seeing me losing weight. So I quite quickly jumped on to get my products, at discount, and then I started helping a few of the ladies at the bank get started, which was awesome because they were getting great results, and I was making an extra, $200, $300, $400 in and around my full-time banking job, which was awesome because who doesn't want extra money? And then for me, I just started helping more and more people because I was really enjoying helping people look good and feel good and get the results, that they so desperately wanted. So I just kept doing that. I was doing it in my lunch break, and I was just doing it in and around my full-time job. And I just basically built it up to where I matched my full-time income. And that was great because it just gave me the opportunity to be able to decide whether I wanted to keep doing my full-time corporate job or whether I wanted to work from home. So I went to part-time initially because I did love working with the ladies, and then I basically left the bank because I thought, well, if I can earn this doing this from home around my kids, and it gives me freedom to go to the school activities and take my kids places and do the business in and around my kids and family life and all that jazz, I was all for that. So I left the bank, and that was over, how long have I been doing this now? I've been working full-time from home for 7-8 years. I've been doing it quite full-time now from home. Well, some days part-time, some days full-time. That's the flexibility of this opportunity. You can do it around your kiddies, and both my kids are at school now, but I was doing it from home around them and just built it up.
Each page, there's some 25 people. There's 75.
Many people are struggling financially, just to earn even an extra couple $100 a week, or even $100 a week for a lot of mothers makes a massive difference. So helping them to show them how they can do that, and just loving doing that at the moment, and everything that comes with it, the travel, the friendships, the income, the flexibility, all of that is just amazing. So I'm really grateful I came across the opportunity. So yeah, that's me.
Wow, that's wicked. Now, Mandy, my computer connection went unstable there, so I lost a little bit of that. But would you share for us, because we've got something happening this weekend coming, and I know this is an event that's happening right around Australia and New Zealand with our STS, or Success Training Seminar, and inside of that, just a bit more lingo, is an HOM, and for those of that haven't been around before, that's a Herbalife Opportunity Meeting. This event that's happening this weekend around New Zealand and Australia, what's the significance and importance of that, and how would you take advantage of that? You've got that in Wellington too, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. So we have it once a month. So Wellington, Auckland, and Christchurch. So it's great because it's an opportunity for people to come along. If they're already coaches, come along and learn for the day. If you're getting started, it's great because you get your free ticket in your members pack, so you can come along for the day. You get to learn from all of the coaches who are doing what you want to do. You get to learn about how to get the best results in the products, how to get the best results with the business, how the marketing plan works, how the money rolls, just how everything works. It's a really fun day, and you get to meet people and hear their stories and their results, and it really kickstarts you in the business. So it is really an amazing day, and plugging into the events are really, really key to just keep you consistent. And that's one of the things I've found over the years of doing my business, is that even though sometimes I might be just cruising along, earning good money, but just sort of cruising along, but always consistent. So being consistent is really important, and always being there to help your clients and your coaches when they need you. And it's just an amazing opportunity.
And who's your special guest for Wellington, and how do people find out the details?
Yep, definitely. So we've got Caroline, millionaire team member, Caroline Willaro, I think I'm saying that right, Willaro, from Australia. She's going to be our special speaker who'll be calling in, so that's going to be amazing to hear from her. She's got a thriving business over in Australia, and I think all over. She's got 2 young kiddies that she does the business from home around, and she's just an amazing businesswoman to do what she does around her kiddies. And she's going to be sharing with us in a special supervisor school and another section as well. So you definitely want to be there to hear from her. We have got a Wellington Success page. It's called Wellington on Facebook. It's called Wellington Success Academy, and you can see the events and the details and stuff on there for that event. But it's going to be a really, really awesome day. So if you've got your free ticket, you can just come along. If you're a member already and you've used your ticket, then you just get your ticket on the My Herbalife, and then you're good to go.
That's wicked. Hey, thanks, Mandy. And for those
Awesome.
that choose to get started with us before the weekend, in your registration pack, you get that free ticket to come along to the event. So you can certainly be there with us this weekend. What I'd like to do now is pass on to Julie Chalmers. And Julie is a Millionaires team member with the company, and love to hear your story, Julie.
Awesome. Thanks, Dean. Julie here from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. I've got a background as a registered nurse, and I actually emigrated from the UK because I guess I was looking for a better life, and quickly found myself a job here as a nurse, and really realised that I was back in the same rut that I was in the UK, but I guess the weather was better and the scenery was better, but I still had that feeling of being trapped, and I knew I wanted to do something different. So, you know, I was actively looking. I was looking on the internet for the kind of things that I could do from home, because we bought a rural property on acreage down a dirt track, and I thought, I wonder if I could earn some money from home just doing something that's kind of like health related. So, you know, I found Herbalife. I'd never heard of the company before. I got started on my Herbalife nutrition. I lost 7 kilos in 6 weeks, went down a whole dress size, which for any woman is just like the bee's knees. But what that did is it really gave me confidence going out into the marketplace. And even though I just moved into that property 4 weeks earlier, didn't really know a soul, I still got a handful of clients. I made $922 my first month, and I was absolutely hooked. My coach just showed me a simple step-by-step system, going to all the trainings, put into action the things I was learning at the trainings. And that was so cool because, you know, as a nurse, I've got no business background. And that's why the Herbalife system is just so perfect, because if you're teachable, just like Nat said, they will take you by the hand and, you know, groom you for success. So, you know, I've been able to give up that nursing job now at least, 5 years ago or so. And literally, as all the others were talking, I got my calculator out. In the 11 years that I've been doing this business, from home, I've made over 980,000 Australian dollars, which like just absolutely blew me away. In the last 5 years alone, an average of $15,000 a month, with many, many months well over 20,000. So, you know, absolutely so glad that I went looking. I'm so glad that it's Herbalife that I found, and it's the best thing I've ever done. Thanks, Dean.
Wow, Julie, that's incredible. Okay, so for the person who says, hey, look, I am on a rural property, or I'm in a small town, or I'm away from where there's a support structure. So here in the South Island of New Zealand, maybe like many rural areas of Australia, we perhaps are a distance away from our closest support. So what would you say to somebody who was perhaps getting started and felt like they were by themselves in an area?
Yep, you're absolutely never by yourself in Herbalife. So, you know, we have these awesome online trainings. You have one-on-one support from your coach. You know, so there's kind of no excuse for not getting hooked into the system. And, you know, when I got started, I was just about the only person on the Sunshine Coast. And so one day when I was complaining to my coach that there was no live events locally, he said, why didn't you start one? So that's exactly what I did. And, you know, I just got a few people together, gave some information out, very much like on the call tonight, and, you know, just started to build a team. So, you know, there's always something you can do. There's always something you can plug into. So, yeah, I love it.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Thank you, Julie. Thank you very much. All right, and now I'd like to pass over to Randa. And Randa, I've had the great pleasure of meeting. My partner Summer and I, we were in Melbourne just recently where Randa was our guest speaker. And this lady has an absolute fire in her belly, and she's a dynamo, and we just loved her, and I know you will too. Randa, I'm going to pass over to you. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much, and thanks for inviting. Hello, everyone. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm always excited. This is what Herbalife have done to me. I'm always smiling. Like, that's what I always say on the stage. Like, when we put Herbalife in our body, it starts tickling us from inside and we can't stop laughing and smiling. This is what side effects of Herbalife. So anyway, I got started on Herbalife in 2014, just to lose some weight, not some, like so much of weight. I was 79 kilos. My background is nursing. So I started on products just for my own results. But while getting results, I was just sharing my energy with everyone, my results with everyone. They were noticing. So that was the thing, like, from day one, I was talking to people. I was not interested in the business, but I just wanted to share like what I was feeling. And at the same time, I made I sold few ultimate plans because I was on ultimate pack. And the first month in the business, I posted on Facebook. So I run my business, mostly 90% is on social media. So I posted my results on Facebook and I got so many inquiries from Australia and outside Australia, because as I'm a nurse, my mostly friends from India, they are nurses and they're in other countries, Canada, US, and so they were like, what you're on, share with us. So I made them members and I became supervisor in 1 month. I was like, wow, this is so cool. So the next month I got my first check. It was $1,200. And I was on maternity leave at that time. My son was about 8 months old. And I was having so many health issues, being overweight, backache, blah, 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 like, low energy, headaches, migraines, like, I was just stuck in my life. So that was a hope for me. And also, like, financially, when you make money while changing nappies, it gives you hope. Oh my God, this is so cool. It's easy. So I was just sharing my results and made $1,200. That was the time when I was like a bit serious about this business. I decided, let's give it a go. Like next month, I'll do it a bit more seriously, because the first month I did it for fun, or just like just talk to friends. That's all, because they asked. So the next month I did it a bit seriously. I helped them to get wonderful results, and they started referring me people, and I helped them to get 35% discount, and 10,700 volume points happened, and I have done my word team. So if you're a a new person on the call, don't worry about it. So I was just talking to people like crazy. That's all I was doing. So more than like 15 people every single day. So I did that, and my income jumped to 3,400. So that month, second month in the business, that was the month when that thing clicked in my mind. I'm going to do this forever. So that was the month when I made strong decision, forever I'm going to do this. And I never ever looked back. People came with their opinions, blah, blah, blah. I didn't listen to anyone. I was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm on the right track. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm making others happy, healthy. So once you make that strong decision, I'm going to do this forever. Believe me, even you can't stop yourself. So I was feeling down for some day, like, sometimes you're like that. I'm like, somebody said that and blah, blah, blah. Because I was nurse, like, I made a decision to replace my nursing job within 6 months, and I did it in 5 months. I resigned from home, didn't go back to work. And I had so many people like, don't do this. It took you a while to get registration here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I didn't listen to anyone, made a strong decision. Just by doing that, I have I have done my next step active team and qualified for the fully paid vacations. So I love traveling. That's my why. And the best thing for me was I was spending time with my son. I didn't I was not sending him to daycare or so. So I was very, very happy. I was like, this is the thing I always wanted in my life. So yes, just by doing that, I started traveling. I started getting recognitions. So I just felt like first time in my life in I'm here from 10 years. That was the time when I'm like, oh, this is my home. I love it now. Because I knew it, I can go back home to see my family when I want. If they're missing me, I can plan my trip. I don't have to worry to get leave or holidays, no boss, no stress. So freedom was my main why. So whenever I was talking to people from day one, I was talking about my why, not about money. We love money. 95% of our problems could be solved with money. If we want to spend time with family, we need money. So I don't feel shame while saying I love money. I love money. Yes, money is everything. You can do so many things because the money, nobody eats money. what we do. It's all about what you can do with that money, what are the changes you can make in your life, in others' life with the money you earn. So when I got that thing, I never looked back. I started sharing this opportunity with everyone I met, like clients, even if they're product lovers or they are interested to earn some extra income or they have big dreams and goals. I was talking to everybody equally. Some people said no, some people said yes. I never focused on no's. I just kept going on. This is what I'm doing now. Every single day, I just work with the basics, use, wear, talk. So I wear my button. I talk to people like crazy. I go to park, and it doesn't matter from where I start my conversation, but it always ends up with Herbalife. So just start talking to people, whatever, just talk to everyone. So yeah, and then we have achieved our mill team level in 4.5 years. Just with the strong decision and the best thing is we earn we achieve our wealth goals in Herbalife by being healthy. So how good is this? Our kids, our family, they're never going to be unhealthy. They're going to be healthy forever. And in the process of my mill team, we got in our team 2 get teams. So we rise by lifting others higher. I just felt that thing from my heart when I did my mill team. I worked like crazy. It's not easy to do, but it's not hard as well. If you have strong decision, you just have to do it. That's all. And if you want me to share a few tips, the first tip is do it every day. If you're having shower every day, do Herbalife every day. I just feel sick if I don't do my volume every day. At least sometimes it's okay if their volumes are not going up in 1 day or 2 days, but make sure you're talking to people. So I had bad sore throat. I was still talking to people are you okay? I was like, yeah, I can talk, no problem. So just talk to people, because our life is not only our life now. We are wellness coaches. When we say we change the world, we make people happy and healthy. There's so many people that are looking at you. So when you get up, post something on Facebook, doesn't matter how you're feeling from inside. Once you put smile on others' face, you will be smiling no matter what. So I just love Herbalife. I travel around the world, from last 2 years, I'm traveling 10 times a day. Next weekend, I'll be in Brisbane as a guest speaker, and then we all are going to Hong Kong. And yeah, thank you. So this is great. It's not about money. It's about freedom. It's about choices. It's about being yourself. I was working as a nurse. I was very happy with my job and income until I found Herbalife. So you have to do something to realize that what you're missing in your life. I really don't care. Definitely we are going to make more and more money. We are going to make more and more people happy and healthy. But the satisfaction we get while doing Herbalife, nobody have it. Doesn't matter people how much money they make, but we have the satisfaction. We sleep with peace, we wake up with peace, we get messages, thanks for changing my life, and it's a blessing. So if you're here for the very first time, this is the right company, this is the right time. Jump into the boat. It's going to grow with us or without us. So why not? Thank you so much.
Wow, awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. I loved what you said there. When the why to is big enough, then the how to takes care of itself. That's well said. Thank you so much. All right. Look, wow. 5 incredible women with incredible stories, extraordinary stories, and all made possible because of an extraordinary product. And I just want to go back to my main screen now, and we'll just tidy up this call for tonight. I just want to say big thanks to everybody for making the time to be on the call tonight. We had about 60 participants there at some points of the call, and we've still got 59 people on the call here tonight. So for those of you that are just looking at us for the first time, the person who's invited you onto this call would be your sponsor if you choose to get started with us, and we certainly hope that you do. You get started with a Herbalife members pack. In Australia, that's about $80. In New Zealand, it's about $90, and it gives you a can of our Herbalife shake, which you can enjoy a healthy breakfast with. It gives you all of the tools that you need to get started in the business. It gives you the coaching. You've got the money back guarantee. You've got absolutely everything that you could possibly want to get your business started. And of course, you've got access to these calls every week. Every week we run an opportunity call, and every other week we run a training class. So there's tons of support for you. You're in business for yourself, but definitely not by yourself. And events like this coming weekend with our success training schools are incredible. So urge you to make a time to get registered and get along to the success training school this weekend. And you can get all of the information to get your business off to an incredibly fast start. So guys and girls, thanks so much for being on the call tonight. Wish you all the very best for whatever you choose to do with our opportunity, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next Monday night at 8:30. Next Monday night's call will be a training call, and we'll see you this weekend at the Success Training School close to your region. So thanks for being part of the call, and all the best to everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Dean.
Thank you. Bye.
Great. Okay. Mute me. Okay.